All right, good morning, kindergarten. We're going to continue working on our snowy owls today. So remember, we're doing a paper collage, so we're overlapping our paper to make our picture. At the end of last week, we started to talk about using our paper and tearing it up to make our feathers. So today you should have a piece of white paper, you should have a piece of black paper, small piece, you should have a glue stick, a pair of scissors, and a white crayon to work with, okay? We're going to start today with those small black and white papers. You're going to take that paper, remember, and we're doing a controlled tear to make some small pieces of paper about this size that are going to be our feathers for our owl's belly. So remember, we're tearing our paper so we get a nice soft edge because we're thinking about the texture of the feathers, and we know that they're soft and fluffy. And if we cut our paper, then it has a sharp edge, and we know feathers don't have a sharp edge. So I'm going to tear my paper into little pieces and strips and make a little pile of black and white papers. So I'm doing that with my white paper as well, tearing it to get a nice soft edge.
Guess what?
Hold on a minute, let me do the
I found a little
All right, kindergarten. So once you get a good pile of white feathers and you have a good pile of black feathers, then we break the art rules today. We're going to take our glue stick and we're going to put glue all over this owl's belly because we need to give them some feathers to keep them nice and warm in the winter. So we're going to put our glue on our paper. I put some glue down there and I'm going to do a pattern. So today I'm going to start with a black feather and then I'm going to do a white feather. Then another black feather, and then a white feather. So I'm just sticking it down, so maybe a little bit of it even sticks off the paper so that it looks like a real feather. A black feather and a white feather. So I'm going to fill his whole belly up with feathers because he needs to be nice and warm for the winter.
Oh, here's a black feather.
Thank you. Again, putting my glue on my paper, which we never usually do, but we know that we're going to be covering his whole belly with feathers, so I'm going to be able to stick those feathers right on top of that glue and cover it all up. So white and black feathers all across his belly.
Yeah.
Thank you. You want to stick it down right there? Good job. All right. Now we don't want to leave any bald spots, so we're going to try to cover the whole thing. It might take a little while to do that. Oh, I didn't put any glue there yet. Hold on. White feather. There you go. Good job. Black feather. That's a big feather. Whoops, here goes. Whoops, I messed up my pattern.
And then a white feather.
A black feather.
White feather.
Very good. Good job. Thanks for your help.
Thanks.
All right. So once his belly is pretty full, I'm going to have you go all the way to the bottom of his belly, but because I don't want you to have to wait for me, I'm going to go on to the next step. So fill his belly all the way from his neck to the bottom of his belly with your feathers. Then what we're going to do is we're going to make the wings. So we're going to take that white paper now and we're going to tear longer pieces, okay? So you should have enough white paper to make long pieces too, okay? So I'm going to tear. I'm going to go all the way down this way. Tearing it all the way down the long way. Make myself some long pieces for the wings. Now it might have kind of a sharp edge at the top, so if you take your fingers and you can tear that, you can make that a little bit softer edge so it's not so straight. Okay, so I'm going to do that on both ends here so I get rid of those sharp edges and make it nice and soft like a feather. So it's nice and smooth, or fluffy, I should say. All right, I'm going to do that to each of my pieces so they all have that soft edge. It kind of gives it a little bit more of that feather shape too. After after I do that, if you want to make them kind of stick out from your paper, you can wrap them around your finger and give them a little bit of a curl. Might even look like he's getting ready to fly if you do that. So wrapping it, kind of twisting around my finger a little bit, give it a little curl. Then I'm going to stick some glue on the sides of my owl. Again, I can put it on the body because I know I'm going to cover that up. So just a little bit of glue right there. I'm going to press that feather down just at the top so that it sticks off my paper a little bit. I'm going to overlap that one with another one. Press it down and make sure it sticks. I'm going to rub it, make sure it stays on there. I'll put one on the other side too, maybe two of them. Now he's got feathers on his body and he's got some wings on the sides, so they're longer pieces. Okay, so our last step then is we need to give this owl some feet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find some leftover black paper today. I'm going to fold it in half so that I can get 2 feet that are the same size when I cut it. I'm going to start by drawing an upside down U shape. And then I'm going to draw an M from this line to that line. So it's going to go bump and bump. It looks like a little foot. I cut that out while it's folded. So that I have 2 little bird feet that I can, owl feet I should say, that I can attach to the bottom of his body. I take it apart, I have 2 feet. I'm going to take my glue, put it at the bottom of my owl. Take my glue, put it at the bottom. Now he's got his 2 little feet.